Okay, so this video is in response to a question that I got on Facebook. So someone bought my IBS constipation protocol back in December, and it's worked great for their constipation, which it usually does. So if you have constipation, it works fantastically for just about everybody. So the question centers around dairy consumption. If you watch my videos on dairy, you know that I'm not a big fan of dairy proteins, especially for those with constipation, ulcerative colitis, and autoimmune disease. So the questions are, there's a few of them. One is, can I have a little bit of dairy if I stay regular? The answer is yeah. If so long as you're staying regular and a little bit of dairy is not affecting you, then you can survive with that. Maybe a better option would be, try some sheep's cheese if you need some cheese or something like that. But generally speaking, dairy proteins for those who are dysbiotic are a bad idea. And so the questions go on to, am I causing long-term damage? I would say probably not. Again, as long as you're staying regular, so long as you're not having any adverse reactions, etc. In theory, we've rectified your microbiome, so there really shouldn't be any, kind of a hypervigilant immune system going on in the microbiome in the gut. It also asks about calcium and the need for calcium. Now, I have a video on dairy and calcium and osteoporosis and pH balance, so I suggest you watch that video because this is a huge, really lie. Dairy proteins are actually a bigger draw for calcium than they are as a source of calcium. So I have a lot of data in that video. I suggest you watch that one as well. It also asks about, is it doing any damage to the microbiome? So, and is a healthy microbiome, okay with dairy proteins? So yes, in its purest form, a healthy microbiome does not have a problem with dairy proteins. But the problem is we all take hits to our microbiome, whether it's antibiotics or stress or what have you. So a good example here is for infants who get some type of like enterovirus, a gut virus, which messes up their microbiome. And then with that, the change in the microbiome, then they become reactive to proteins, which is why, and I have this in a couple of my videos, children in the highest dairy consuming nations, such as Finland, have the highest rates of type 1 diabetes, not type 2, type 1, the autoimmune version. So were they born allergic to dairy proteins? No. But what happened is they were born, maybe vaginally, maybe C-section, maybe breastfeeding, maybe not. Then got some type of gut virus, messed up the microbiome, like COVID, for example. COVID has a tremendous amount of data showing COVID messes up the microbiome. And then they have this hypervigilant immune system, which becomes reactive to different proteins. There's a lot of there's a lot of proteins we can react to in dairy. And then some of those proteins have the same exact amino acid sequences as the beta cells in our pancreas, and hence the type